How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 22. My name is Football Fan Forever, and it's time for Week 2 as the Lions get ready to host the Dallas Cowboys. Both teams are 1-0 on the season, but you could consider this a little bit of a revenge game for the Lions, as Dallas is one of the few teams to beat us during the regular season last year. That was a game in which the Lions fell behind early and couldn't get the stop we needed to make a rally happen. Dallas's offense might be even more explosive this season with the addition of Alani Fletcher at wide receiver. Fletcher has speed to spare, so we're going to put our fastest cornerback on him in Sean Francois. The Cowboys also had over 200 yards on the ground in that game, so our defensive game plan for this week was focused on containing outside runs and essentially funneling ball carriers to the likes of George Towns and D'Angelo Carmichael. On offense, our focus once again turns to the passing game, which completed less than 50% of its throws last week. We may have drawn a favorable matchup this week, however, as number 2 cornerback and superstar X-Factor Rashawn Claxton is unavailable for today's game for Dallas. It could be a high-scoring game today as we head down to the field as two of the NFC's strongest teams get ready to square off here in Week 2. Jack Fox is back, and he will get this one underway as the kick sails into the end zone. There is the dangerous Alani Fletcher opting to take a knee, bringing out Dak Prescott to start from the 25-yard line. Prescott had a strong Week 1 for the Cowboys, completing 22 of 31 passes for 269 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He is under center on 2nd and 6. Single high safety look for the Lions. Ezekiel Elliott is the lone back. CD Lamb in motion. Deep drop for Dak. Taking a shot for Amari Cooper, and James Bradbury is equal to the task. Will Harris also in the area. That will lead to a 3rd and 6. Prescott in the shotgun with Zeke to his left. Again, a single high safety look for the Lions. It's a screen to Elliott. He has a block and some room. Breaking a tackle. He is out of bounds after a gain of 18. And that will keep the drive alive for the Cowboys. Nice play call there. All the focus going to the likes of CD Lamb and Amari Cooper, as Elliott's able to sneak out of the backfield, and now he gets the call. 1st and 10, making moves, cutting back across the field. It's a gain of 9 for Zeke, who was just 6 yards shy of 100 last week. And I'm curious if he will get the ball here on this 3rd and 1. Prescott in the shotgun, bunch formation on the right side of the offensive line, and Prescott will throw. He's got time, and there's Blake Jarwin. Forced out of bounds at the 35. It's a gain of 9 and a 1st down. Prescott under center on 1st and 10. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Prescott with time throws across his body, and that is caught in front of George Towns. That is Tony Hurts, the rookie tight end, inside the 20 down to the 19. Solid opening drive for the Cowboys here. Zeke gets the call, makes a move, accelerates, and he's in for the touchdown. Making George Towns look foolish on that play as he just took advantage of the young linebacker's aggressiveness. Towns overran the play, and Zeke is untouched into the end zone as out comes Bob Hairston to try and answer. 3 touchdowns last week, but 48% completion percentage. You know he wants that to be higher here against the Cowboys, as a 1st down hard count only gets TJ Hawkinson to jump. It's the first play of the game. You'd think they'd be on the same page there, but it's 1st and 15. DeAndre Swift getting the call, and another flag is thrown as Swift maybe gets 4. Looks like this will be on Detroit as well, and they got TJ Hawkinson for a hold. So 2 penalties puts the Lions in an awkward 1st and 22. Play action for Hairston, feels the pressure, dumps it off to Darby, who accelerates to the 27. It's a gain of 18 to get that yardage back and more. 2nd and 4. So on 2nd down, here goes DeAndre Swift making a man miss. And he picks up 12 on his first carry of the day. As a reminder, I did change the run blocking sliders heading into this game, so we'll see how that affects gameplay. As Harrison heads to the air on 1st and 10, there's room underneath for Dexter Allen, who reaches out and has the first down to the 49-yard line. Deshaun Stevenson checks in on 1st and 10. He is to Harrison's left in the shotgun, and Stevenson will get the call. Not a lot of room for the second-year running back, maybe a gain of 1. And that will lead to a 3rd and 8. Hawkinson slot right. Harrison back to pass, fires over the middle, and that is intercepted. Leighton Vander Esch on the return, and he takes a hit from Harrison that knocks him out of bounds. Not a good decision by Harrison to throw that. He felt the pressure and was trying to get a conversion to a superstar tight end, but there was some really good coverage there, and now Dallas is in prime position to add to their 7-0 lead. As Ezekiel Elliott has a couple of yards on the ground there, call it 3, 2nd and 7. Zeke to Prescott's right in the shotgun. 2 high safeties for the Lions as Prescott heads to the air on 2nd down. There's a wide open Amari Cooper. He got plenty of separation from Tracy Walker there as it's goal to go Dallas from the 9. Detroit will look for a stop here to avoid this becoming a 2-touchdown game. Zeke tries the off-tackle run, and there is Will Harris behind the line at the 11. Nice stop by the safety, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal from the 7. Prescott in the shotgun. Chad Jones in the game, replacing Tony Pollard. Prescott to throw, and that is jarred incomplete. James Bradbury with the pass breakup, as the Dallas Cowboys are held to a field goal. A big stop there by this Lions defense as now we head back to the offense. Harrison trying to make up for his early interception. There's a short pass to TJ Hawkinson, and it's 3rd and 2. Jamal Williams entering the game. He's very good at these short yardage situations, and he has a big hole to run through here. 12 yards for the veteran running back, and it's 1st down. DeAndre Swift back in the game on 1st down. Harrison under center, and it's a delayed give to Swift. He gets some blocks. There's Christian Kirk putting in some work there, and it's another nice gain for DeAndre Swift, and another 1st down for the Lions. Ball now at the 37-yard line. Pressure is brought, and Harrison will counter. There's Christian Kirk down to the 20. 1st and 10 from the edge of the red zone. Harrison under center, 3 wide receivers. Harrison off of play action. He has time. Lets the route develop. Fires to the end zone, and Darby didn't get 2 feet in bounds. That's an easy touchdown, and he had one defended last week. But instead it's 2nd and 10, and it's DeAndre Swift who will score. Some excellent blocking there by Detroit's offensive line, and some good ball carrier vision from DeAndre Swift, as Swift caps off the drive to remind the Cowboys that we have a dangerous offense as well. So a couple of rushing touchdowns account for most of the scoring here. 30 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Clock is running as Prescott fires on the slant route. There is Amari Cooper with a step on James Bradbury. 1st down, Dallas. Detroit showing blitz here on 1st and 10. Everyone within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Prescott with time. He's taking a deep shot for Cooper, and that is defended by Bradbury. And I think Bradbury got a little bit of Cooper's elbow here on the way down to the turf that knocked the ball loose. That was really close, but it will lead to a 3rd and 8 from the 41. Prescott in the shotgun. He will head to the air. Time for Prescott. Steps into another one for Cooper, and again Bradbury's equal to the task. Isn't it nice to have a number 1 cornerback we can put on receivers like Amari Cooper? As Bradbury timed that deflection perfectly, already his 3rd of the day, and that will give the Lions the chance to take the lead here. Not a lot of room for J.J. Dunlap, maybe 4 yards, as Jamal Williams will come back out in the I formation behind Jason Kabinda, and will have enough for the 1st down and maybe a little more. Not too many big plays from either team here so far in this one, but I expect that to change. Short drop for Harrison, and there's WR Alani again, stretching ahead for another first down to keep the chains moving. One play later, it is 2nd and 8. Harrison firing short. There's Darby, who had to come back for it, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Donovan Ward to make it 3rd and 10. Allen in the game again on 3rd and 10. Hairston under pressure, fires short, and Allen will have just 2 yards. Pretty good coverage there by the Cowboys. Maybe you try and force it to Keegan Darby, but instead it's 4th and 8. And Jack Fox will step into this one for the Lions. And this sets a bounce inside the 10, inside the 5, and it is downed by David Mason at the 3. So it is a very, very long field for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, as Ezekiel Elliott will get the call on 1st and 10, and that 7-yard rush should at least put the Cowboys out of the shadow of their own goalposts. One play later, it's 1st and 10 from the 13, and there's George Towns on the stop. Elliott averaging about 5 yards per carry for Dallas, who sent out 5 wide on this play, including Elliott on the left side of your screen, and the quick throw will go to C.D. Lamb. He's matched up against Jeff Okudah in today's game, as Prescott faces a 2nd and 7 from his own 30. Prescott will head to the air here, pocket collapsing, and he fires short. There is Chad Jones, a couple yards shy of the sticks, to make it 3rd and 4. Elliott back in the game for this 3rd down. And there is Blake Jarwin over the middle. Another quick pass and another tackle made by D'Angelo Carmichael. We've made the Cowboys work for their yards through the air in this one. Prescott is 8 of 12 for just 92 yards, as it's been Ezekiel Elliott who's been their most consistent weapon here today. He is to Prescott's right here on this 3rd and 1, but once again they will throw forward, and once again it's C.D. Lamb getting around Jeff Okudah inside the 10 down to the 7. It's a big catch and run for number 88, as Okudah just couldn't stay inside that slant route. Goal to go Dallas as we approach the 2-minute warning. Elliott trying the left side, and he is wrapped up in the backfield by George Towns right at the 2-minute warning. Detroit looking for another red zone stop here. 2nd and goal from the 7. Elliott the lone back. Prescott to the air. Prescott with time over the middle, and that is caught by Alani Fletcher. It is the rookie wide receiver's first career touchdown reception to momentarily put the Cowboys up 16-7 here in Detroit, as all scoring plays are reviewed, and this one is no different. There was really tight coverage there by Sean Francois, but Fletcher with a great job to get both feet in bounds and secure the football. It is 17-7 Dallas, and Bob Harrison will try and engineer his own 2-minute drill. From his own 10, firing downfield, Hawkinson in stride, and there's a big first down for the Lions. T.J. Hawkinson up the seam, finds some space, and puts the Lions inside field goal range with just under 90 seconds to go. Single high safety look for the Cowboys. Harrison against a 4-man rush. Fires over the middle, and that is caught by Quintez Cephas at the 18. Really good coverage there by Trevon Diggs. But it is a first down for the Lions, and the clock will continue to run. 3 wide receivers on the left side of your screen. Short throw over the middle to Hawkinson, and he's inside the 10 down to the 8. And Detroit will spend their first timeout here with 47 seconds to go. 1st and goal Detroit. Harrison against the blitz. It's picked up. Waiting. Firing to the end zone. It's intercepted. Malik Hooker. Who is he even throwing the ball to? It's 1st and goal. There's no need to take your shot just yet. That ball should have been thrown away. But instead we head to halftime with the Lions down 17-7 and sorely wishing they'd been able to get some points from that once promising drive. No other scores to look at around the league as we are playing on Thursday night. So instead we get to focus on our matchup against the Cowboys here, and it's clear that we're going to need to play a better game in the second half if we want to come away with a victory. The question for this Lions team is, when you're being outperformed in just about every single category, where do you look to for a spark? We do receive the second half kickoff here, so Bob Harrison in the offense will have a shot at some redemption here. It's been a pretty solid day for Harrison through the air, aside from those 2 interceptions. 12 of 16 for a $139, and he's heading to the air on this 2nd and 7, firing to Hawkinson, and that is defended by Malik Hooker. So an early test for this Detroit offense here on their opening drive of the third quarter. 3rd and 7, 4 wide receivers on the field. Harrison will take a shot deep for Christian Kirk, and that is incomplete. Couldn't come away with the one-handed catch with Kelvin Joseph draped all over him, and the Detroit Lions go 3 and out to start the second half. So now we go back to the defense as they try and slow down Ezekiel Elliott. He has a gain of 9 here on first down, and that will lead to a 3rd and inches. Safeties for Detroit creeping almost into the box as Zeke gets the call, breaks a tackle, and picks up the first down. 19 carries, 84 yards, and 1 touchdown as now Chad Jones checks in. It's 1st and 10 Cowboys from the 34. Prescott, RPO, and there goes Jones breaking a tackle before he's taken down by Lucas Para. It's a gain of 8 to make it 2nd and 2. We've just received word that Zeke is undergoing treatment for a minor injury on the sideline. He is doubtful to return. So it'll be Jones for the rest of the way here, and he has shown some capacity to get yards after contact. Here's 3rd and 2, and he dives ahead for 3. 4 carries, 22 yards for the second-year running back as Dallas continues to drain clock and move the football down the field. On his 2nd and 10, Prescott in the shotgun. He is back to pass, firing to the right side, and that could have been picked by Jeff Okudah. Instead, it's 3rd and 10. But this does represent Detroit's best chance of getting a stop thus far on this drive. A 3rd and long, forcing Prescott to throw. He has time, fires to the right side, and that is defended again by Jeff Okudah. 4th and 10 as Detroit's defense gets off the field. So back-to-back Jeff Okudah deflections lead to a change in possession. Detroit, 2nd and 10 from their own 21. Here goes DeAndre Swift. He had just one man to beat and couldn't fake out Donovan Wilson there, but it's a gain of 15 and a first down. Now 2nd and 6, and Jamal Williams checks into the game, trying the right side, fighting his way ahead. And he won't get much, but there will be another flag and another hold called on this Detroit offense. They got Frank Ragnow, the center, to make it 2nd and 14. So now a single high safety look for the Cowboys. They will bring a blitz. It's picked up, and the short throw to Hawkinson will have the first down and a bit more. Good job by Harrison staying steady against the pressure. Good blitz pickup by the offensive line, and there's a nice conversion despite being behind the sticks. On 2nd and 7, here's a delayed give to DeAndre Swift, and that will pick up another Detroit first down. Good drive here as they are on the edge of field goal range and in striking distance of another touchdown as DeAndre Swift gets the call again. There's a gain of 7 as he's now up to 90 yards and a touchdown on just 11 carries. What's the call on 3rd and 3 here, though? Jason Kabinda in the game. It's Jamal Williams, who cannot break a tackle, but will have enough for the first down. A strong tackle there by Kelvin Joseph, as Williams knew that he had a lot more yards if he'd been able to power his way through that. Now facing a 2nd and 10 from the 24. Harrison under pressure, fires to Hawkinson, his safety valve, and the catch is made. Throwing that one up, a little bit of a prayer to his big tight end, and Hawkinson makes a contested catch to make it 1st and goal from the 8. Now 2nd and goal from the 6. Harrison to the air, fires to the end zone, and Christian Kirk has it for the touchdown. He got off the press against safety Devin Ward on the line of scrimmage there and just has plenty of separation for Bob Hairston to find him in the end zone, as the Lions cut the deficit to 3 after a 13-play, 78-yard drive here in the third quarter. That was a long drive too, over 4.5 minutes. So this Detroit defense should be well rested. As here goes Chad Jones spinning around a man, may have had a touchdown if not for George Towns there. It's 1st and 10. As Dallas is able to continue leaning on their rushing attack here. Now 2nd and inches from the 50. Jones getting the call again, fighting his way forward for several extra yards. I thought he had maybe 3 or 4, but he turns it into a gain of 11. As we head to the fourth quarter with the Lions trailing by 3. We saw improvement from both sides of the ball there in the third quarter, and now the Lions defense faces another pivotal 3rd down. Prescott to the air on 3rd and 4, and that time he will have his man. It's Alani Fletcher right in front of Sean Francois to the 24, 1st and 10 Dallas. 2 tight ends on the field. Jones will get the carry, and he runs up the middle before being taken down after a gain of 5. 9 carries, 59 yards for the backup running back, and he's in the game once again on 3rd and 3. Box is stacked. Jones redirects, puts his shoulder down, and plows through Will Harris down to the 12. That was a good cut by Jones, and he picks up the 1st down with good ball carrier vision and some power. Now 2nd and 4 from the 6. Jones inside the 2 down to the 1. It's goal to go Dallas. And Detroit has no choice but to load the box here. Prescott in the shotgun. 1st and goal. Calls his own number, and he's in for the touchdown. Everyone bit on the inside run, as that is how Dallas has been moving the ball especially well here today, leaving Dak Prescott to take that one in and extend the Cowboys' lead to 10. So now a 10-point deficit here for Bob Hairston and the Lions to overcome in the fourth quarter. Just over 7 minutes to go. And that 1st down pass won't go anywhere. Now 3rd and 9. 3 wide receivers and Hawkinson in the game. Hairston looking left, and he's lucky to get that one back. Kelvin Joseph making up impressive ground in coverage, and now a do-or-die 4th and 9 here for the Lions. Hairston hit as he throws, oh boy, and that's intercepted. Kelvin Joseph comes down with this one, and he will weave his way back to about midfield before he is tackled. Hairston's 3rd interception on the day will give the Cowboys a chance to drain some more of this clock. 6 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Play action for Prescott, and he just gets that one away to Amari Cooper. Prescott just over 200 yards through the air, as it's now 2nd and inches. And again they go play action. Prescott with time. There's Jones out of the backfield breaking another tackle. It's a gain of 9 as the clock will continue to run here after a 1st down. Now 2nd and 5. More play action for Prescott as again he's got time, but this time it runs out. Lucas Para with his 2nd sack of the season will make it 3rd and 8. Detroit would love to force a field goal here to keep it a 2-score game. Blitz is coming. Prescott. Carmichael knocked the ball out. It's recovered by Romeo Okwara. And the defense comes through again. We've seen a few blitzes from the Lions here today, but rarely have they caught Prescott without extra protection in the pocket. That time Carmichael bursts through unblocked and cleanly punches the ball out to give Bob Hairston and this Lions offense another chance. Less than 5 minutes to go. They will need to be quick about this drive. 3 wide receivers on the field. Hairston with time fires over the middle, and Keegan Darby with a tough catch in traffic has the Lions into Dallas territory, and they will hurry back to the line, trying to get set, figuring out their play here. This is the part of the hurry-up offense I wish was made a little bit smoother. 1st and 10 from 45. Hairston firing short. There's Hawkinson. He will cross the 100-yard mark on that catch as Detroit once again will rush back to the line. Facing a 2nd and 2, just over 4 minutes to go. Harrison back to pass. And he is under pressure, takes a shot, and that is incomplete. Looking for Kirk in double coverage. That will lead to a 3rd and 2. DeAndre Stevenson in the game. Harrison will throw for this one. Drifting back in the pocket. Late throw to the left has Deshaun Peoples to the 32-yard line, and that will stop the clock. Same formation here on 1st and 10. Harrison again back to pass. Short pass over the middle. Peoples again to the 22. It's another 1st down. And again Detroit will hurry back to the line of scrimmage. 4-man rush for the Cowboys. Harrison rolls, fires, and that is intercepted. 4 interceptions on the day for Bob Harrison, as it looked like he thought Quintez Cephas was going to continue the route a little more upfield. Instead, Cephas stops, and the easy interception is made by Donovan Wilson to just about kill any hopes of a comeback here. We're inside 3 minutes to go. Detroit down 10. They pretty much need a turnover here, and they need it now. But there goes Chad Jones, racing, even just covering the football. He's outrunning most of our defense as he flips the field. Over 100 yards on the ground now for their backup running back. As that long run will take us to the 2-minute warning here. Detroit with all 3 timeouts, but a 1st down will more or less end the game here. Jones taken down by the face mask. That's 15 free yards, but it will stop the clock. So Detroit, despite giving up a free 1st down to the Cowboys, still has all 3 timeouts. They spent 2 of them, and now they need a stop on 3rd and 3. Jones up the middle, and Devin Woodson breaks through the offensive line to hold the Cowboys to a field goal attempt. So despite 4 Bob Harrison interceptions and having no timeouts, there's still a sliver of hope for a comeback here. A touchdown followed by an onside kick recovery will give us a chance to take the lead. As Harrison is going deep, Christian Kirk holds on to it. He's out of bounds at the 19. He found the hole in the cover 2 and gives the Lions a big play there on 1st down to put them in striking distance of a score here. 1:29 to go on the clock. Detroit needs 2 touchdowns for the lead, and there is one. A wide open Deshaun Peoples up the seam. It's his 2nd touchdown catch in as many weeks as the Lions trim the deficit to just 6. With a big touchdown pass there. 27-21 is your score. Just a 10-second drive for the Lions, as now everything hinges on this onside kick. Here we go, and it is recovered by Amari Cooper to ice the game for the Cowboys. Dallas wins 27-21 as they're able to run out the rest of the clock. And the Lions fall to 1-1 on the season and 0-2 against the Cowboys in this series. I think this was a game where we kind of beat ourselves. Anytime you throw 4 interceptions, it makes it really hard to get any kind of consistency going on offense. I take credit for 2.5 of the 4. The one in the end zone, I'm not quite sure what happened, but it still would have been picked if it had been thrown to the correct receiver. I was targeting the X receiver on that play, and it went to the other side of the screen. The first interception was also my fault. That was the one that Leighton Vander Esch picked off in front of TJ Hawkinson, and that was just too small of a window to try throwing into. There was really good coverage there. The 4th one was also kind of my fault. I was trying to lead Quintez Cephas upfield, and sometimes if you lob the ball, it'll lead him upfield a bit. But I probably just could have taken off and run on that play. But outside of those 4 interceptions, we moved the ball pretty well through the air. Our rushing attack was solid as usual. DeAndre Swift averaged more than 8 yards per carry and probably would have gotten the ball more if we hadn't been playing from behind the whole time. But what you really notice when you look at the rushing numbers is our inability to stop backup running back Chad Jones. We did a really solid job shutting down Dallas's passing attack. Only Blake Jarwin had more than 3 catches for the Cowboys, and they didn't have any big plays outside of CeeDee Lamb's catch and run. But they were still able to move the ball because Jones was averaging over 7.5 yards per carry. 18 carries, 139 yards for their number 2 running back. What's even more impressive is that all of that happened in the second half. We know the Cowboys have a good offensive line. They still have Zach Martin, they drafted Owen Plummer, Tyron Smith and La'el Collins are among the best in the game. But Jones was able to make our players miss. He was hard to bring down on first contact. And despite a heroic effort from D'Angelo Carmichael and George Towns, we just weren't able to contain their rushing attack in the way that I had hoped. Make no mistake, our defense battled hard in this game. We saw James Bradbury with 3 deep pass breakups and one-on-one coverage against one of the best wide receivers in the league. He also broke up a would-be touchdown pass in the end zone. Beyond his impact on the stat sheet, his presence has also allowed us a lot more flexibility with our cornerback matchups. We were able to put Ifeatu Melifonwu on Alan Lazard last week, and this week we were able to put Sean Francois on the speedy Alani Fletcher. I actually feel like our pass defense has the opportunity to be above average this season after finishing bottom of the league last year. We definitely got lucky with a player like James Bradbury falling into our lap through very late free agency. Usually players of his caliber don't hit the free agent market at that point in the season, but New York decided that they didn't want him on the roster anymore, so we were able to swoop in and pick up the veteran cornerback for an immediate boost to our secondary. But back to the game here, I feel like we win this game if we'd made one less mistake at any point throughout the game. But 4 turnovers is a number that we're just not able to overcome, and allowing Dallas to go 8 for 13 on third downs doesn't help us either. We won a lot of games last season because we were careful with the football and because we were more successful than other teams on third downs and because we tended to hold an advantage in time of possession. But we don't execute well in any of those categories in today's game, and that's pretty easily the culprit as to why we lost. Fortunately, those are areas that we have some measure of control over. I know I'll need to play better as a quarterback going forward and make safer reads, so just throw the ball away. Bob Harrison was very careful with the ball in his rookie season, but we saw some gunslinger tendencies here in his sophomore year, which will need to be ironed out going forward. We also haven't seen the easy connection between him and Keegan Darby that I'd hoped for after what they did together in the Super Bowl, but admittedly I'm still a little bit rusty, having not played Madden for a couple of months after the Super Bowl, so some of this is me getting back into the game and just showing you guys what happens. And after our surprise success last season, it's kinda nice to get that first loss out of the way early. Just because we won the Super Bowl last year does not mean that we are an invincible team. And we face another stiff test next week in the Los Angeles Chargers, who have a strong roster at some key positions. We're facing our 3rd superstar quarterback in as many weeks in Justin Herbert, and he still has Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Austin Eckler as weapons. I'm really excited to see how our pass defense stacks up against another dominant aerial attack, as well as if our offense will be able to rebound and play a cleaner game against the likes of Derwin James and Joey Bosa. Bosa will line up across from Penei Sewell, so it should be an excellent test for our young right tackle against one of the best pass rushers in the league. So I can't wait for that episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and like always, I will catch you next time.